Hi guys, welcome to another Zen Warrior video. I'm Alexandra. Today I want to share with you how you can be more magnetic. So we will discuss about specific techniques on how you can actually have an energetic glow up. You can raise your frequency to have more elevated emotions that will make other people feel like you are the most magnetic person they know. But before we get started, I just want to say that it's really important to think that, ask ourselves really, what is our baseline aura? What is our default aura? Meaning, what are the thoughts and beliefs and emotions we tend to kind of recycle on a day-to-day basis, right? And ask ourselves, because this is exactly what most of the people perceive as our identity, right? They see and feel actually our baseline aura, and based on that they can tell whether they feel attracted to us or not. So I want to share with you some of the things I personally do to keep my aura magnetic. And trust me, it's not about just passive manifestation kind of thing. It's more like a daily effort. Okay, so I will share with you my own kind of go-tos, my own strategies, and feel free to use any of those you find most helpful. But before we get started, feel free to like, comment and subscribe if you find this video helpful. Now, first of all, let me very quickly introduce myself. I'm Alexandra. I'm a corporate well-being architect. I have helped more than 50 leading enterprises to supercharge their employees' well-being. I have run mega retreats around the world in places like Thailand and Jamaica, and I have been a public speaker at conferences and summits since 2020. So today I want to talk to you about one of my most favorite topics, and the topic is all about how we can be more magnetic, effortlessly magnetic, in a way that makes other people feel inspired, seen, heard, understood. They feel like they are surrounded by beautiful divine energy. First things first, shadow work. How do you expect to be more magnetic when a big part of who you are is still wounded, right? When a huge part of who you are is not seen by you and is not healed. So in many cases I see many of my clients, they feel like they want to transform, or they want to change their lives, or they want a reset, but very few times they get started by trying to heal their wounds and try to cleanse the mental and emotional kind of blockages. So my number one practice is getting help to do this work, to do the inner work, to do the shadow work, by going to a therapist or a coach. For some people it might be a priest or a mentor, but it's really important to be a person with whom you feel open to talk about things in your life which might, were kind of traumatic, right? So, and I know it's not easy, but trust me, that will help you feel so much lighter, so much more uplifted, so much more energized, and will leave space within your emotional and mental body to do the rest of the work, which is more about developing a new self and, you know, like learning new things and building new habits and new day-to-day routines. But first we need to start with a blank canvas, right? And to do that, we need to make sure that our mental hygiene is at a very, very good level, right? It's at a level where we feel like, yes, now I do have the capacity, the mental and emotional space to take things in my life to the next level. The best practice number 2 is all about building a protocol. And you can have your morning protocol and your evening protocol. And for me, it's something I've learned through a course I saw on Mind Valley by Paul McKenna, a great hypnotherapist who actually spoke about the concept of the cybernetic loop and how we can actually build a total confidence kind of morning routine. So the things I personally do every single morning, my non-negotiables are number 1, the body. So to recondition my body. And this might be through physical exercise, like I might do anti-stress stretching or some mindful yoga or ecstatic dancing. There's also around somatics. So for example, a great technique I've learned by Paul McKenna is that first thing in the morning, I actually move all my attention, all my mental energy towards the space of my navel, just a few inches behind my navel. And then what I do, this is the space of the body which is called Hara, or the Zen samurai warriors. This is where we store our life force energy. So I bring all my attention to this part of my body, and then I breathe in and out through this part of the body. Okay? And as I do this, I imagine that this part of my body, my core, it's so much stronger. And I feel like with each and every breath, I feel more grounded, more centered. And that actually helps me to be more confident throughout my entire day, and as a result, more magnetic. And the last thing I do when it comes to physical well-being, to my physical well-being, when it comes to my protocol, it's all about breath work. So I will start doing some box breathing, ujjayi breathing, or hold. The third step is to create a list of your energizers and your drainers. Your energizers are things that you do and make you feel happier, more uplifted. And then make that list, be more aware and mindful and conscious of those things that make you feel this kind of higher vibration, and bring more of those things into your day-to-day life. And then make a list with your drainers and try to make sure that you actually eliminate those throughout your day-to-day life, to that extent that your energizers, are like 80% of the things you do on a daily basis, and the drainers are like the 20% or even less, right? So the next thing is, you want to romanticize your life, guys, right? And this might be one thing you do every day, where you actually, for example, myself, I do my makeup first thing in the morning, and I listen to some jazz or classic music in the background. And by just doing this, I feel so much more like, I'm taking my time. know, or you might be a pair of nice pajamas you're wearing and make you feel like kind of sexy, right? Whatever that might be for you, things that lead you to feel happier and grateful and cheerful even about your life. So romanticize your life, and of course this will help you to activate your divine feminine energy, right? The more we take care of ourselves and we kind of pamper ourselves, we do nice things for ourselves as we would like someone else to do, right? We take care of ourselves as if we are parenting our inner child day in, day out. The more we do it, the more we activate our feminine energy. And that leads me to the next step, which is do more things that bring you in a higher vibration. Now, what do I mean by that? The things we say to ourselves, the thoughts we think, the emotions we feel, those three things can define how much more magnetic we will be or how much less, right, than the previous day or the previous month or the previous year. So the way we can actually hack our subconscious mind so we can think better thoughts, we can feel better emotions, and we can have stronger, better beliefs about ourselves is by affirmations and visualization. Affirmations are things you say first thing in the morning out loud, where you say something positive about yourself. Like, for example, my favorite affirmation is my life is a miracle. God is always taking care of me, loving me, supporting me on every single step I take. Okay, so your affirmations might be different, but you want to repeat those out loud. Now, there might be days where you might not feel like you want to do that, because you might feel low, or you might feel a little bit sad, or kind of not that excited about your day ahead. That's perfectly okay. Just have affirmations to play on the background, like you might have them on Spotify while you get ready for the day. But it's really important to just make sure that you get immersed into this environment of I am love, I am abundance, I am freedom, I am, this kind of upliftment, really. And the next thing is visualization. It's a great thing to visualize yourself, because again, it goes back to our inner dialogue. When we visualize first thing in the morning the best version of ourselves, thinking and visualizing ourselves being exactly where we want to be in a week's time or in a month's time, our dream life, and we invite ourselves to feel the emotions, to feel the thought, to think the thoughts, to believe the beliefs, this ideal person, the end goal person feels, thinks and believe, then we will feel so much more magnetic throughout the day, because we have already embodied this identity. Okay, not who would be if or when, because so many times I achieved goals, and it wasn't because I actually stopped procrastinating or stopped being kind of like doing things that didn't serve me. It was because, guys, this is the key, I just embodied the energy of the person who lives my dream life to that extent that I ended up being completely detached from the end goal. So you want to feel like this person feels to that extent that you're like, I'm already dreaming my dream life. I'm already living my dream life. I'm already where I want to be. So there's nothing else to do. There's nowhere else to be. So you're completely mindful and present. This is the state of being you want to kind of cultivate in your life. And you don't always, guys, it's really important to remind yourselves that you don't have to do more to have more, okay? You're just identifying as someone who has what you want to have. You identify with the end goal. You identify yourself with the dream reality in your visualization practice as the woman who is there already. Just embody this woman, and that will give you a deep sense of relief and a deep sense of gratitude. So it's really, really important to do this work. And the last thing I want to say is that just try to learn new ways of how to regulate your nervous system. Okay, we need to learn better how to manage our thoughts and our feelings, and to create a safe space in our body, to be aware of our inner dialogue, because we want our thoughts to come from a place of safety, not from a place of survival. We need to create that safe space within our body where we know how to metabolize, digest, process our challenging emotions and feelings in a way that is mindful, self-loving, and full of self-acceptance and self-compassion. So, regulating your nervous system, you can do it in different ways. You can do mindfulness practices, you can do somatics, you can do mindset coaching. You choose your favorite tool, but make sure that you actually do this inner work and try to understand, your thoughts, your thought patterns, and your blockages in your mind, so you can actually free the space, so you can drastically change, so you can feel more and be more magnetic. So feeling better feelings, thinking better thoughts, it requires us to be more mindful and aware of our thought and emotional patterns. Okay, this is super important. So these are all the things I personally do, and one bonus tip: just take one risk every day. Doesn't need to be something extraordinary, radical. For me, for example, might be to go and speak to a stranger, right? Just to go and initiate, a chit chat with a stranger, a person I've never met before. For you might be something different, but taking a risk every day, it builds self-confidence, it builds resilience and courage. So it's something that actually I personally found life-changing. So I hope you found this video helpful. I hope you found my techniques, my tools helpful. Of course, I will drop the links with the breathwork techniques in the comments below, along with the meditation practice, if you want to try a short one. But all I want to say, guys, is being magnetic, it starts with being authentic, being who you truly are, being your true self. And we can do that when we actually first learn how to love and accept ourselves for who we are. So I highly recommend you to take a few steps every day that will lead you to love yourself a little bit more. Show up for yourself a little bit more. Take care of your well-being every day a little bit more. Small steps, okay? This is my message for today. If you like this video, please like, comment, and subscribe. And I look forward to see you in my next video next week.